What's up, everybody? Market is pumping. We got some charts to show. It's going to be a little bit shorter stream today, but I got it jam-packed with some incredible alpha. But while we're waiting on that, I want to see everybody getting active in the live chat right now. Let me know. Are you riding this bullish wave? Have you been waiting, wondering if it was going to go down? Let's get some music going. Let's vibe. Going live in just a second.
Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. SEC and its policies rely on whatever Gary thinks. Bitcoin's a flight to quality. I heard that from Larry Fink. Every hour losing purchasing power on foolish out there. It's not our fault. Blame the coal. It's the political cowards. When it comes to gas, our purchasing power just got cut in half. I sit back and laugh, open my bag, fill it with stacks and sats. Bitcoin, pumping, altcoins, pumping. I've been preparing for this. Can't tell me nothing.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality. We're hearing from clients around the world.
Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as
Bitcoin, pump, altcoin, pump.
we're hearing from clients around the world.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Crypto, depending on how you think about it.
Oh, I'm feeling so good with the market pumping. Throw one in chat if you are riding this wave. Throw a two in chat if you're just grateful to be alive and here. Let's jump into these charts. I want to see everybody active in the stream today. I'm going to be reading live chat, and we're going to be jumping in here in just a moment. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to the BitLab Academy daily stream. We got to talk about the market because it is not sleeping any longer. The market is doing some good Lord's work, pushing to the upside here. I'm going to show you some charts that I shared before the stream on the macro composition, the data that was suggesting that we'd have some strong upside. But of course, I always measure that with a little bit of a balanced, unbiased viewpoint, because there was a setup that was suggesting price could come down. And that was this setup right here, this potential head and shoulders. We had the push up on the bulls and break back down by the bears. Large push up, break back down, and then the smaller push up, breakdown. This was suggesting that had we broken, remember, all patterns only suggest, they don't say has to happen. If this area was broken, then we would actually break down. I actually shared also in the BitLab Discord. I shared it on my Twitter as well. Let me go up to where, here it is right here. I talked about this chart right here, same one that we were just looking at, the breakdown. How do we invalidate it right here? However, if the RSI breaks above the descending resistance, the bear cause starts to lose likelihood. The bear frame of mind, the likelihood of it happening. What happened? Look at this RSI. It broke clearly through this line. So the bear case here for the time being is invalidated. But we've got things pumping across the board. In fact, if we come over here to coinmarketcap.com, we can see that the total market cap is now above 2.57, which is kind of somewhere around the high we were looking at last week. And it's up here at 2.61. We see Bitcoin pumping. We see Ethereum as sitting right there. I expect this to shortly follow Bitcoin and be breaking that $4,000 mark. BNB is back above 600, looking nice and beautiful here. It's kind of sitting here flat. I expect to move soon on that. Solana making some moves. XRP also making some moves. What does it look like on the last 24 hours? Let's go 1 hour because this all just started pumping. Okay, we got Core up 3.8%. Stacks, we got some great information on stacks happening right now. Grayscale has been stacking stats into their Grayscale Stacks Trust, and they've been buying like mad. I've been sharing this over the weekend. If you're following me on my Discord, we also see Chainlink up 3.54, Filecoin up 3.3, Say up almost 3.10, but 3.09. Ordi, everybody's wondering what happened to Ordi. Ordi's up 3%. Markets are feeling good. Is there anything down in this top 100? All right, Bitget token. I mean, this is relatively flat. This is in 1 hour though. So we do see that this is on the 7 days. This has had a bit of a pump preceding this. So it makes sense if it's already cool, if it's cooling off a little bit at the moment. We're going to dive in. We have so much to go through right now. So I want everybody right now, if you're here, welcome to the BitLab stream. My name's Kelly Kellum, and we got to talk about these charts. We got to stay on the right side of this trend. So if you're here, if you're grateful to be alive, if you are a positive member of this community, which every single one of you are, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. Shout out to our channel sponsors. I forgot to do the $100 giveaway on Friday, so I will be doing that at the end of the stream. And then we have another $100 giveaway that's going to be going out, basically a post that you'll have to retweet. Enters you to win. I'll be posting that shortly after this is live. You're going to get two options, two opportunities to win $100 USDT this week for being part of our channel. Again, shout out to galactics.io. The link is in the description down below. Click through that link if you would. Set yourself up because, you know, they got some really great stuff going on. But we got to talk about what's going on in this market. We're going to look macro and micro today. Hot phase. It's getting hot in here, everybody. It's getting hot for anybody that's been stacking and being patient in this market over the last several months. I mean, it's been getting hot if you've been stacking at any point in here, because technically speaking, the only people that will be in a loss right now are people that bought at the previous all-time high at the middle of March, right? Now, does that mean you sell out because there's a little dip when we are going into this phase right here? This is what we're looking at right here. This exciting upside. Now, it's just all hopium. How could market be going up? Well, look at the previous price action. Understand the 4-year cycle for the halving cycle. Understand the global liquidity cycle that coincides with these huge bullish price action movements on this asset. If you're lost right here, then you're not watching this channel, or you are literally blind to what all the data has said preceding this moment right now. In addition to the fact that we have a never-ending domino cascading, falling in the bullish way with institutions stacking like there's no tomorrow. We see the bond market not doing that hot. That's where banks make a lot of money. Institutions also try to protect their capital in there, some of their treasury, the corporate treasuries and such. We've seen a shifting of the guard over the last couple, two or 3 years since COVID, with the banking system, kind of the issues they're having being swept under the rug with all these different monetary policy mechanisms that are proving to be not nearly as profitable for corporations and for banks as they have been in the past. Enter Bitcoin, which now has over 14, 15 years worth of legacy, and the biggest asset managers in the world, in the history of the world, BlackRock, Fidelity, the large number of different Bitcoin spot ETFs that launched at the beginning of this year, and the, I mean, absolutely record-breaking amount of capital that entered, I mean, within 1 quarter, breaking the record of any ETF in the history of financial assets. If you're not bullish right now, then there might be a clinic that you should check yourself into, because all the data suggests that. Now, that does not mean in the short time frame you shouldn't hedge yourself, because we did see, even on this chart that I shared on my Twitter, that there was an instance, there was a call, and this may also be a bear trap, a bull trap, I should say. There's still a potential for price to come down, because when everybody's bullish, that's when you need to be on your highest guard. This is suggesting currently this is very bullish, but this could flip in a moment's notice. Let's go through some of this data, and we're going to talk about exactly what's going on here. In addition to all the other bullish stuff we saw this weekend, we see Argentina is in discussions with El Salvador about its Bitcoin adoption strategy, and will explore signing a collaboration agreement. This is incredible. Argentina is a G20 nation, and its economy is 20 times, not 1 times, not 2 times, not 10 times, 20 times larger than El Salvador. This is the type of dominoes that we're going to see falling exponentially over the next 10 years, and it's going to happen very quickly, especially when the market starts performing like it always has at this part of the cycle. If you're bullish, throw a 1 in chat right now. Let me know. Where do you think Bitcoin's going to be Thanksgiving of this year? Let me know your price in the live chat. Comment down below if you're watching later. Where do you think Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to be for Thanksgiving this year in November? Remember, that's also post-election. Remember, we also have Trump endorsing the hell out of Bitcoin. Whether or not you like Trump, look at assets agnostic to any emotion. What would that mean if he were to be elected? Right now, even if he's not, this means it's on the number. I mean, this is a huge talking point politically now. And now we're going into that election cycle, debate season, and all the coverage. This is going to be talked about nonstop all the time. If he is elected, November 2nd, mind you, Thanksgiving is after that. I think that has, as Trump would say, hugely bullish implications for price. Again, I am not a political channel. I support anybody's right to vote with whatever you want. But when you look at this just from an analytical point of view, this is incredibly bullish. Now, I do want to say, this has been trapping a lot of people over the last few years. They see other people's huge gains in the market, and they're expecting just always up. This is the reality. We have the bear markets. So technically, this actually should have a dip here. But we have that those bear markets. Then we have that consolidation period. Then we have the washouts. Then we have the... You literally... Crypto isn't so easy where it's like you get in and you're just rich. You have to endure the stress of that volatility. But when you understand that this volatility is a mechanism actually for a bullish case for adoption over time, because you can make money on the volatility. The problem is most people buy because they want it to go up. It doesn't, it goes down, they sell, and then the price goes back up and they go, what did I do? You're getting paid for your endurance. So let's remember that. Now, I shared this. This is that macro picture. If Bitcoin loses 67, this is this is still the case, then we're looking for a potential bear trap down to 63. But let's look at all the bull case stuff here. Bull setup strong on the bull setup is strong on the weekly. Liquidity above at 70,000. This is all those liquidation heat maps we talk about. If the price were to go down, I'm sorry, if the price were to go up, it would liquidate people that were trying to short the market. We're going into that 70K region. We're going to look at the heat maps here in just a second. Money flow has also been trending up. We can see this coming up here. Not only has it been sustained, but on the weekly, now it's starting to increase. And bull divergence, hidden bull divergence, which is this low into this low. See how that's a higher low? Well, let's look at the RSI. What is the RSI? Relative Strength Index. What's the strength of buying and selling underlying the price? This is why I say, ignore what the price is on the assets that you're trading. Look at the data that's correlated with different periods of time and how that's trending up or down. In this case, the strength has gone down, but the price has gone up significantly. This marks a noted weakness in the sell pressure. So although there is sell pressure with lack of buying, even though there's lack of buying, price action is getting eaten up by the bulls. This is a hidden bullish divergence. I have it marked out here, and I pointed down to the RSI that you're watching. So this is incredible. Now, this is a liquidity that we're talking about above us. And if we look at that right now, this is it. Look at it. Going into those shorts, closing out some of those shorts, getting a little bit of a fast price action movement up into the zone, a little bit of a pullback as it stands right now. You cannot ignore the fact that we still have a potential for this to be a bull trap where the price comes up and we still get that move to the downside. But overwhelmingly, I am bullish right now. Now, when we look at the next thing, what is the next thing? Well, that's the wrong page. The next thing is the whales. What do we want to follow when we want to make money in this market? I want to follow the people that have clearly had the right idea about what to do in the market. And that's people that have made a lot of money, that own a huge portion of Bitcoin in their holdings. We see that Bitcoin, the whales have been stacking exponentially, even at this price level. Why is this important? This is what sets up our acknowledgement, our analytical view that this is still very, very likely. This is incredible. This hot phase right here, when we see the whales stacking into that zone, this is showing big accounts bet that price is moving higher at some point in the near future. And what do we see today? We see Bitcoin price exploding higher, and we are getting a little bit of a sell-off now, but something we need to do, let's take a Fibonacci from the top there to the bottom. And I just want to point out, look, we sliced right through the golden pocket, which is perfectly in line right over here with this previous range top and all this chop zone right over here in this range top here. We sliced right through it. We really need to get through this 786 Fibonacci if we're really looking for conviction higher. Now, if the price does reverse here, there's two main levels I want to watch. I want to watch this golden pocket here. Maybe we get a little bit of a price action that kind of comes up like this. We rotate. If we find support here, this is ultimately very bullish. So don't get mad if price pulls back here. If price pulls back here, remember what the macro says that I just broke down when we're looking at this chart right here. When we're looking at all of this money trending up on the weekly, bullish divergence, hidden bullish divergence on the weekly. So when we're looking at the smaller time frames and we do see a potential for a pullback, it's okay. That means there's opportunity present to buy at a lower price. As it stands right now, price sliced right through this golden pocket. Welcome everybody that just poured in here from the Discover Crypto team. Shout out to everybody. Happy Memorial Day. Shout out to all the veterans out there, no matter what country you're in. I appreciate you. I'm a retired military veteran myself, retired U.S. Air Force, retired back in 2004. I had a medical retirement, so I retired early. But we could see this is the level I'm watching. If we lose this level, and basically this level here would be 68.8, 68.9. If we lose this, then the next level I'm looking at on this smaller time frame would be right here. Oops, let me do a trend line right in this zone here, which should basically be in line with where these previous range tops were, about $69,000. And if we lose that, then there's an opportunity to come back down here into this 66K zone. I still think that this is possible, but this head and shoulders is somewhat invalidated by the size of this move here. So I'm looking at this as less likely and looking at this 66K level, which is a trend line from back here, May 1st, to all of these support bounces. And we can actually adjust this just a touch. Come down like that. Let's actually go like this. There we go. This would be, yeah, roughly 67, 66, 67 sort of zone. But things are overwhelmingly bullish. And remember, when you see this exponential stacking like we see like this is ultimately, this is what I want to see when I'm expecting some long-term price action. We've got some other altcoin charts I'm going to be diving into here in just a moment. And speaking of altcoins, from Jesse Olsen, I'm going to get him back on the show. Jesse Olsen also has been breaking this down. Weekly chart was flashing orange on the last candle, which didn't close that way now, but it's flashing ultra bullish again. This is that weekly bullish vibe that we're talking about. But then when we're talking about the altcoins, we have bearish divergence on the Bitcoin BTC.D, which is your Bitcoin dominance chart. Weekly chart. So altcoin season could start to gain momentum any minute. This means those alts pumping. Why? Because if dominance is up, this means capital in the entire crypto ecosystem is flowing more quickly into Bitcoin than it is into altcoins. If this has been trending up and it's breaking down below level and showing a sell signal and having bearish divergence, this is suggesting then that now capital is either going to be flowing out of Bitcoin into altcoins, or that capital is going to be more quickly flowing into altcoins. Either way, that's a bullish story if this plays out how we're thinking about it. Now, we talked about this. I got a couple more things. Now, you're wondering why Bitcoin? I share this stuff even though all of you know it. I want you guys to have access to have charts and have data points to talk with your friends and family so we can make sure people don't have the wrong understanding or no understanding of what this asset is. Here's the dollar. $5 in 2010, this is what you get. $5 in 2021, this is what you get. $5 in 2030, you can't get a damn thing because they're inflating our money down to zero. The value of your dollar is being devalued every time you think it's a good thing that we got a stimulus when the economy shut down. Every time you think it's good that we're paying off student debt, although 2/3 of Americans don't go to college. Is that fair? Not really. Do I think people should have their student debt paid down? Sure, but that's more of a conversation about the institutions, the education institutions themselves inflating beyond any way to even discuss how much education costs. If you look at the cost of education now versus the 1980s versus the 1960s, it's like a 15x. So that's the discussion, not the government giving us a handout. Do I want people to be supported? Yes, but we have to realize every time we do that, we're actually not supporting them because we're making everything else more expensive. But then what do you get with Bitcoin? One Bitcoin. Very little stuff. 1 Bitcoin 2021, a car, 1 Bitcoin 2030, a house and beyond. Why? Because the value of living, the terms of transactable value of things that you're buying, it takes less Bitcoin over time to buy more stuff. It's completely the opposite with the US dollar. We're about to get in some charts. If you guys are ready for it, make sure you follow me here at Kelly Kellam, Kelly Kellam. There's only one. Make sure there's a lot of fake profiles out there. Make sure you spell my name correctly. Put some respect on my name. You know what I mean? And we got BitLab Academy here. Make sure you follow at Academy BitLab. These are the tweets. Some of the tweets I shared through the BitLab Academy page is where I do those giveaways from. Those people that are participating in our ecosystem, retweeting some tweets. Sometimes it's the sponsored posts like the Galactic stuff we have, who are incredible partners of ours. We reward people for sharing. And sometimes I randomly pick a tweet from a promo like today, and we do a giveaway on that. So I appreciate everybody participating. And also, I do want to say, shout out to Arculus. If you're not using self-custody in some manner or fashion, even if you are, I recommend making sure that you get a Arculus card here, an Arculus hard wallet. I think one of the most secure and my favorite hardware wallet out there. I'm not saying that because they are a channel sponsor. I'm saying that because I legitimately think it is the best hardware wallet out there. Head over to getarculus.com and make sure you use the code LAB10, LAB10 for 10% off. Now, I think it's time to dive into some stuff. I do want to show you this, realized profits to value. I want you to notice this trend up and then this breakdown right here. This breakdown is very reminiscent to what we see either here, where we had the COVID sell-off and then the push back up. And then also, once this is post-halving, halving was roughly, halving was roughly about right here. Then we had this large move up and back down. This washout to the downside. Look at this, up, down. This is very similar because we had the two very similar stage to get us set up for us being in this hot phase, which means price action go up. Will you get shaken out along the way? Yes, you will if you don't have a plan because of this chart right here. If your expectation is this and it doesn't do this, you will get washed out. This is a reality. It's going to be a slow burn on your portfolio, and then all of a sudden over the course of about 6 months, it's going to be life-changing wealth if you manage your portfolio and what you're doing in this market correctly, because we had that test, a little deviation, test. Currently right now, the short-term holder cost basis is about $61,000. This is my favorite metric looking at the bull trend and the bear trend. You can see once we were in a bear trend, came up, this really defined the bear trend here on this breakdown and this rejection at the short-term holder cost basis all the way down until ultimately we broke back out above it, started the bull trend, not on this move, on this breakdown and test on the short-term holder cost basis right here, which flipped the narrative to playing a positive spread versus this negative spread. Now, what does this mean in the charts? Let's talk about it. What are we looking at? How are we feeling? Are you bullish? I know I am. We got some really good things to talk about today. So, and we somewhat limited time. So let's talk about it. We see the price action doing some work. Let's get down to the 15 minutes. This is incredible. This is from us entering this liquidation zone where people that were betting the price to go down have forced closures, meaning they have to sell or they get liquidated. And if they're shorting, they have to buy. That's how you close a short, or they get liquidated, or they don't even have that. They're not even doing that. They get forced to buy because they actually are liquidated. That causes very fast cascading movement. If we come back over here, let's actually go to CoinGlass. I guarantee you there is a lot of short liquidations. That if we come over here, liquidation, this is coinglass.com, free website. See, let's go in the last hour, $10 million worth of Bitcoin shorts liquidated, 2.5 million Ethereum, and so on and so forth. If we go in the last 12 hours, it's probably a little bit of both. $20 million in Bitcoin shorts. We are in an uptrend entering this portion of the market where it's about to go up. Why the hell are you shorting? We are in an uptrend that shows on the weekly time frame that we have all the signals that are suggesting that we might go up. Bullish divergence, uptrend and momentum, the money flow, finding support on a trend line that we have, not only which defines the bullish, bull divergence, but also, I mean, things are looking absolutely spectacularly bullish right now. And look at this. This couldn't be more exciting. What level are we looking at next? Well, the next level up is a 0.786, which is a key Fibonacci, as Army Piper calls it, the platinum pocket. And so this is at 70,786. Well, let's go back to the liquidation heat map and see. I mean, this is moving so damn quick. I couldn't be more excited. I know all of you are excited. My computer's so excited it's kind of locking up there a little bit. Let's go ahead and zoom. Look at all of these liquidations right above us. If you don't know what liquidations are, look at this chart when people are sharing it. When you have a lot of heat, when you have a lot of brighter colors above, that means there's free liquidity there. What are market makers and big money wanting to do in this market? Make money. If there's a lot of liquidity there, then they're able to, if they can get the price moving that direction, they could take advantage of having orders filled in this zone. This means that if we push up into here, we still have an opportunity to have that liquidity swept and then move back down, because if we look at the liquidation levels right here, let's go to max liquidity, appearance, filters, max liquidity, apply. Now close this out. See how high this bar is right here? This is that windshield wiper method that Joshua Jakes talks about. When you're watching the price action on this, everybody wants to make money in this market. You do, your dad does, my sister does, JP Morgan, BlackRock, market makers, which are people that are providing liquidity pools and helping manage the flow in the market. And this is swept all the way up to the top. And what we see more often than not is when this sweeps up very high, at some point we get this bar right here. This is where price is, to sweep back down and take liquidity the other way. To one, test the strength of the bulls and the bears in both directions. The dominant narrative of that moment will be able to set higher lows. If you're bullish, you'll keep having price moving down, yes, but it'll be a higher low each time. If the bearish narrative is dominant, then it'll break down and you keep getting lower highs. And so what we want to see, it is healthy, is for this to, at some point between now and 74,000, it'd be great for this to actually wash back down and make sure that we have a healthy open interest leverage set up in the market so it's not too over leveraged. Otherwise, we get a very quick move up and a very quick move down. So let's appreciate the stair step, which is a rise, retrace, continuation. Now, when we're looking at this right now, this is just getting underway, and this is currently at about, let's see, I can't get the data on that. It's currently at about 5 billion. So this suggests that we still could have some ways to go based on this metric, because typically once you get above about 12 into 13, 15, especially 20, that's when you start seeing the move the opposite direction. We see the same thing happening back here when the price moved down. This level would have been way down here, right? And what happened? We got this huge negative delta, and this was only about 6 billion before this swapped back up. So we may be setting that up here. It looks like the Rangers are getting tighter on these liquidity moves on Bitcoin. I mean, just feels so good. But let's look at a couple other things. We see Swarm Markets just got listed on RWA.xyz, and we see this downtrend resistance on the 1 hour broke out, found support, and continued higher. And in fact, we have a bull flag right here, which is this flagpole right here. If we measure this out, there's a flag. We can see just like this. And the measurement on this would suggest that the price action could be coming up here to $1.02 area. I expect if this does push up, it's not going to go directly to $1.02. It might have some sell pressure about 98, 99 cents, because people tend to front run those whole big numbers. Now, this is exciting. It's a little concerning, though, that we had this huge spike in volume on the breakout, and the volume has fallen back dramatically. Even on this current breakout that we have right here, this suggests to me that there might be a little bit of bear testing, consolidation at the zone for a couple candles, or a test down to this descending, the top of this bull flag right here. And then if we see volume come back up, potentially up. But right now, if the market is ripping, then the crypto coins are not going to be tripping, because if this continues going higher, it will sort of force the crypto market to be more bullish and ignore some of those pullback confirmations. So you have to be careful in this moment. This is why you stack before the move. And if the move happens and you try to jump in, great. jump in, but note that you might get a little bit of chop shortly after jumping in if you're jumping into a massive green candlestick. If we come over here to the BitLab Academy trading stack, look at this move, rejection at the weekly VWAP, this yellow line, rejection at the weekly VWAP. Try to look, slice right through it and look at this candle. Look at this candle, comes right down, bounces right at the weekly VWAP, then makes the move. And we've got a big room for price action to the downside. What did we say on that last a few charts ago about price action potentially maybe coming down to test that $69,000 level? Look, this is directly where the weekly VWAP is, $69,097. So even on a pullback right now, the metrics are getting stronger and more bullish as they rise alongside what's happening. When we come over here and we look at stacks, stacks has been being layered into by Grayscale, and Grayscale has also been posting about it, and other people have been posting about it. We had this massive rounding top here. This sold off. We had this bit of a consolidation here on the bottom, created that floor, and now this does feel good that this is pushing up, but we have to pay attention to this right here. Option J, Option J or Alt J if you're on PC, Option if you're on Mac. Option J or Alt J gives you this horizontal bar like this. Now we do, look at this. We have this bounce here, rejection, rejection. So this feels good on multiple levels. Before the move, look, two bullish divergences. Price action broke through the trend signal line, came down, tested it, then tried to break through the weekly VWAP, came back down, found support on the weekly VWAP right here, two bullish divergences, and launched. Now, it's important to note that the money flow is starting to round out here too. We'd like to see this get back into the positive. Let's get down to the 1 hour. Look at this. On the 1 hour, yes, this did rip. This is why you look at different time frames. There's your trend line. Rejection, rejection, rejection. What do we see? Price action makes its way through the weekly VWAP and just slices very quickly through, in huge amount of volume here agreeing with this. And we got the money flow to flip positive here for a bit. So let's watch on stacks. Option F from the bottom to the top. Let's watch for a potential pullback either to this 382 if the markets cool off on Bitcoin for a second, or back here to this golden pocket at $2.02, which at this time, if this does take some time, the weekly VWAP will likely be right up in there as well. So things are feeling good. I mean, the markets, let's go over to DOT. There it is. Actually, I already had it up. DOT, by the way, shout out to all you viewers, all you community members. I did a DOT video over the weekend. I hope all of you go and watch it. This is, I broke down the whole case, this whole Polkadot 2 case, what they're doing, why. I mean, I sold a good portion in my alt portfolio that I'm sharing with you all. I traded all that Cardano for DOT because I'm seeing, and I break down what they're doing in the DOT 2.0 upgrades, community focused, so much going on there. Support for the devs and the dev environment. If you want to have a beautiful city, you need to support the builders in that city. That's exactly what DOT's doing. So definitely go give this a watch. It's a short video. It's like, I think it's like 14 minutes or something. You can watch it on 2X. So shout out to DOT, shout out to that video. And we look at this on the price action. This has been trending to the upside. Let's go ahead and extend this out. We can see, I mean, bounce, bounce. A lot of washout trading here, but then support, 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 support. And this is moving to the upside. Not only is this moving to the upside, look at this. It has taken out this previous range high at this level right here. So DOT is looking very good. I wouldn't rule out a washout to the downside, maybe to 758, which is this high. See this right here? This high and this high, these highs. This would be a great bounce area to then make that move higher. If we get a little bit deeper pullback, then we have this trend line that comes all the way up that could come down into the 752. But this region, 760 is really kind of where I'm looking. As it stands right now, though, again, everything's kind of contingent on what's happening on Bitcoin. If this just continues running up, it's going to buoy the rest of the market. What is it looking like on, we talked about Swarm, but we got to talk about Ethereum. There it is. So Ethereum, what is going on here? Actually, let's come over to this chart right here. Here we go. Come on. Ethereum, look at this, breaking out of this descending, I mean, giant bull flag here. Or you can just call this a descending channel, sure. But this broke bullish. You see this hesitation at this trend line that we had marked out from back here? Hesitation, launch, and then what do we have? We have a very bullish pattern with this being somewhat kind of like a bull flag, very, very similar. It's interesting that this was angled up, but then got washed out and then angled back up again. But this is looking, option T. If we can continue pushing higher, I expect, I mean, this is kind of that level we're watching. Yes, 4,000, but 4,086. If we could take that out, I think this might start pushing higher. Remember, we just had the ETH ETF approval. They're not being traded yet for, could be 3 weeks, could be 3 months. But there's now positive movement with the, not only all these institutions that have been layering into Bitcoin and big money that see how much money from institutions and other big money poured into the Bitcoin ETFs. Now we got the ETF approval. We could see a positive speculative run on Ethereum here going into June. Everybody said sell in May and walk away. This cycle, I think that's different. I've been talking about this for over a month. In fact, I've been talking about for about 3 weeks. I've been talking about this level right here. Where is May 22nd? I've been talking about option V. I've been talking about this level right here where this line is for most of May. And I said, when this gets to this zone right in here, let's go ahead and delete this now just to clear up the chart. All right. This was that level. I talked about the full moon, which I'm not a moon trader, but we saw the full moon. Every time there's a full moon, tends to be very big bullish price action over the last 6 or 7 months. Shout out to Nathan Evans. Thank you for becoming a BitLab member. Big love and shout out to you. I appreciate each and every one of you. And shout out to all the BitLab members that are here, all of you with the beakers next to your name. I see some of you got blue beakers, meaning you've been members for months. Big love and shout out to you. Everybody, if you are a member, drop your bullish emojis and your rockets today. Throw the cat astronaut. Let's make this chat fly because this is a bullish moment. Remember as well, today is a holiday. So there's a lot of capital flow that isn't happening yet. Today is a holiday. The markets are pumping. What happens tomorrow? The banks open back up. This means ETFs can be traded again. And what does it mean if you can have ETF trading open again after you're seeing very strong bullish movement? I expect we'll likely see, barring we don't have a huge crash today, I expect we'll likely see huge ETF flows coming over the next couple days because that retail FOMO mechanism doesn't just happen in the crypto market. It happens in every market. And even institutions are going to be FOMOing in. So shout out to that. Now, coming back over to the charts, I got a couple other things I wanted to share. That altcoin portfolio that we've been sharing, that we've been stacking into, looking good. Let's go ahead and refresh this. This might be, yeah, this is at like 83 this morning, and it's up $4,000, $4,000 or $5,000. Just because this is that patient portfolio I've been sharing with y'all. I did make a move over the weekend. I just realized this morning I did not share it in the Discord, but I will post it in there later. I did add a Parsec in here. I removed Cello, not because I don't like Cello, but I was on these smaller coins. I was trying to get as much manageable risk as possible for the most upside for the smaller cap coins. And this has basically 1/10 the market cap that Cello does. And it's very similar to GRT. And so they're kind of competitors, but it's a little different. It allows Web 2 to develop and implement APIs that can pull in for Web 2 and Web 3 to pull data from blockchains and query and index different information very easily. And I think this sort of these bridge mechanisms that are going to be needed when more and more Web 2 companies, which is Web 2, most of the companies that you see out there on the internet, integrate into the Web 3, which means integrating in some way on the blockchain. Now, in addition to that, it has a lot of new things. They just had something roll out called, I think it's called the Reactive Network, which allows them to do this without the traditional Oracle type plays like or functionality like Chainlink uses. So it's somewhat independent, which and they've been around for some time. They've had huge pumps and huge dumps, just like everything in the market, but the price has been relatively low. And so I moved $2,000 into this one. But everything but Alex Labs and Codex are look at this. It's just looking great. This market is feeling so good. Do you guys want to do that $100 giveaway right now? Let's do that. We'll do a little bit more TA. Everybody drop in 2 coins you want to do TA on, whichever 2 coins I see the most names rolling, spam it in the chat. I will do TA on those. And while I'm waiting for you guys to do that, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to switch over to BitLab Academy, and I'm going to do the $100 USDT giveaway. It's right here. It's where did it go? Right here. Boom. No, that's not it. Right here. Option, copy. Let's do it. I love being able to give back to you guys. And I appreciate all of you who participate in our community. We couldn't do it without you. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Everybody hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Ding the bell. Participate in this world. Hopefully my computer didn't just lock up when there we go. All I did was hit the like button and it, there we go. So let me log in here. I forget where I do it right here. Boom. And let's see, I'm looking, we got Render, Pepe, Ondo, Theta, GRT, AVAX. Man, everybody, see, I love seeing how, this is not the one I wanted to do. There we go. All right, let's see who won $100 USDT. This is from last week and a half's deal. Maxwell, bruh. I'll connect with you on Twitter and in the Discord. We'll get you that $100 USDT here in the next couple days. So let's see, let's scroll back. Let's see what you guys got. Let's see what you guys have been stacking into, because that's why you want me to do the TA. So let's see. We got FET, AGIX, Vanry. Never heard of that. Render, Shib, 2 renders. Okay. Pepe. I think it's Render and Pepe. I see another Render. Yeah. So Render and Pepe. Let's do it. Basically, by the way, I heard some interesting data about Pepe, which I did not know. Apparently Pepe had a huge coin burn issue or something where there's a huge amount of liquidity that was basically lost forever, but locked up. And so this is one of the reasons why there's a lot of big money that's also participating in the Pepe ecosystem. So much like I think a lot of people here at Hit Network, they do think that Pepe may be one of those top coin, in the top 15 by the end of this cycle, which could be something very bullish. So let's go ahead and look at Pepe, and then we'll look at how many of you out there are Pepe holders, and then we'll look at Render. So head into here, double click. Let's go ahead and just look. Okay, here's the previous low, option J. So high, look at this. This is where this is where the price action came back to and bounced right at this level. Now we have this giant bull flag, option T. Measure this all the way up from there. We can measure this descending right here. And look at this. I mean, we can do all the lines if you want, but let's just keep it simple. The resistance here, breakout, find support, launch. Now, if this is the case, what would this measurement be? This would be astronomically huge for people that have been holding for any amount of time, because this is another, this suggests that there's another 800% move to the upside. Now, does that mean it's going straight there? No. These moves are rare. It's more often than not, you get this chop, 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 chop. So if the market does start exploding, however, that move could happen. This is looking very bullish. This is a line. This is the sort of zone we're watching right here on Pepe. If we zoom in on this, there we go. If we zoom in on this, I want to just say, you see these large momentum waves. Stochastics have kind of reset, but the RSI is kind of, hovering about 74%. Money flow is still positive. The VWAP has come down and is rounding, suggesting there may actually be another move to the upside. BitLab trading stack. Here we go. Looking at that weekly VWAP, riding on this 20 moving average EMA ribbon right in here. If we lose this weekly VWAP, I'd like to see the price hold on a very bullish case right here above 1419. I'm just going to say the actual numbers, not the zeros. About 1419. If we lose this zone, then I think this is coming back in to test out this level here about 11, right? So 1095, but about 11. If we lose that, if Pepe comes down and loses this, then I'm expecting price action to go quite not a huge amount lower if the market still remains very bullish, but price action to come down into this zone right here about another 0.865. This is what I'm looking at for Pepe at the moment. But this is on the pullback. On the bullish case here, if the market starts ripping, these meme coins, I think, may hesitate for a moment, but then have a very large explosion, because that's going to bring new eyes to the space, or people that have been sleeping on the market because it's been boring, they start coming back because then the news headlines start hitting, and then you have a huge capital injection into the market. Let's go ahead and look at Render. Render, where you at? I actually have you over here. Boom. So Render, look at this. I mean, this is almost textbook right here. Look at this. So this is from the top, Fibonacci breakdown. Look at where the price action's hesitating at the moment. It's hesitating right here at the golden pocket. And in addition to that, we're kind of chopping around this weekly VWAP. There's a little bit of uncertainty, partially because NVIDIA, yes, came bullish. So why would there be uncertainty? Because it came bullish and the markets didn't really react like they wanted it to. I mean, everything's already been, in the AI space, there's already been such large movement that it's okay if there's a little hesitation here. This is going to be, for me, a great play throughout the whole bull run. We had this large W formation with a W within it, saying this was likely a bottom, push up. Now we're coming down to test this range. This range, if we do a box on it, this range right in here. Let's go ahead and move this up just a little bit. See, and look at this, finding support in this. If we can remain above this weekly VWAP right in here, and the stochastics, look, have reset and going up, money flows positive and moving, which is why this flipped back blue, RSI is angled to the upside. This is on the 12-hour. If we can clear 1053, 1055, which is a trend signal line on the 12-hour, then I do think we're going to reach back up here into the 1130, which is a golden pocket. And once we clear that, then I think that we're actually making a move for this previous range top up here at 1320. And after that, then it's, starting to go into very strong positive price action. Now, is that price discovery? I believe it is. That'd be breaking into all-time highs again. So that would be excellent. Actually, let me look. So that, because Coinbase is not the oldest chart. Sometimes you have to, yeah. So I do believe this would be breaking past all-time, basically going into price discovery. But things are looking good. Let's go on the 1 hour just to make sure. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Look at this weekly VWAP, price sustained here. So the volume weighted average price, when a lot of volumes traded at a lower price, then it moves very quickly down. We see this came down. Now look at this. We have a reversal signal here on the BitLab trading stack. 4 bullish divergences. Broke not only above the weekly VWAP, holding right there, and now holding on the 20 moving average. This is looking bullish. Stochastics angled up. A lot of green signals here. So long as Bitcoin doesn't all of a sudden have a strong reversal, I think this could clear this 1041 sort of zone here, which is this previous range top. I mean, this can kind of goes across. Look at all this. All this. Rejection, rejection, support, rejection, rejection. So if we can clear this, we'll be making strong strides back to the upside. Let's look at a couple more. Fetch has this descending trend line here, breaking out of this above the weekly VWAP. This is looking like it's trying to make some moves higher. GRT, I mean, everything is just getting lit on fire right now. This is why you prepare before the move. Weekly, this is on the 1 hour. The money flow is starting to trend back up right in here. This stuff is starting to look a little hot. The VWAP looks great, but the stochastics are angled straight up. The RSI is starting to show a little weakness, but as it stands right now, this is looking strong. Look, bullish divergences, 3 of them. 3 more bullish divergences and a potential bullish reversal signal right here on the BitLab trading stack. Looking good. MATIC making some moves. And look at this. We're coming right into a trend line right here. Boom. Let's do a little bit of an angled, sort of almost a symmetrical triangle there. But look at this. Giant sort of reversal rounding bullish reversal. We had 2 reversal signals there. Large move up. And look at all these bullish divergences. I mean, this is just saying that there's a strength underneath which wants this to go higher. And this makes me so happy because we've been riding this in the red for a little bit, right? So if it can clear this zone, the next level that we're going to want to clear is this zone up here at 86 cents. Why? Because this is a previous range lows that we broke down from. But things are looking good. Things are feeling good, everybody. Again, shout out to, who is this? Maxwell _ $100 USDT. I am going to be posting another tweet today for Galactics with some more info. If you retweet it, hit that like button, who knows? Maybe I'll split up the giveaway this week, and some of that will be on Wednesday, and the rest will be at the end of the week. And that means if those that retweet that early, you'll be able to participate in both giveaways. So shout out to everybody. I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, if you want to, get in our BitLab Academy community, you can head over to BitLab Academy. You can head over to lab.bitlabacademy.com/Kelly. You get 15 days for free, and then you have a reduced cost for life. If you want to upgrade also to the indicators and the courses, it's after you sign up for this. This is the Discord and all the signals and everything that we do there at member streams. Right after you sign up, then the next page is the upgrade if you want to take the indicators and stuff. If you have any issues, just email help@bitlabacademy.com. I just put the link in the live chat there, lab.bitlabacademy.com/Kelly. Big shout out to everybody here. I love you guys. Make sure you head over to the BitLab Academy page. Watch this video about DOT. I'll tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing there. I can't tell you how appreciative I am of you guys. We've been riding through ups and downs and sideways all the way since last year here in the community. Everybody, before we go, I want each and every one of you to drop your favorite emoji in the chat. And if you're not a BitLab member on the channel, become a member. I think it's $5 a month, and you get access to the member streams we're doing in Discord. I share those, the private links on the community page for the members so you guys can participate as well. And you get all the emojis, and it's the best way to help support this channel. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy Memorial Day. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and let's sing it together. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe, and be all our friends. Hit that like button, sucker.